Yo, my apologies, son. Yo, you saw the video I made about what to do with the beats sitting on your hard drive, right, son? But I left something out. All right, now some of you pros picked it up, right? My man's in the comments was like, yo, you don't want to just go straight into Bandcamp, SoundCloud, or any DSP. You don't want to do that off the top. That's a no-no. But my apologies. I know we're dealing with cats that I want to help that's just starting out. And the main thing that we forgot, or I forgot what was going on, was that, okay, there's a step missing. Hold on. There's a step missing. Once you get the songs on the hard drive, right, and you want to make a beat tape, right, you have to master the songs. You got to make sure they sound right sonically, right? You got to make sure they sound correct. Now, I don't want, some people was like, oh, well, the beat's trash. You know what? No, well, we're not talking about that, because a beat being trash with the arrangement or the way they pick the drums or the sample, that's subjective, okay? But you want to sound correct, okay? You want to be sonically there. Even if it's dirty, crusty, and grimy, you still don't want a bunch of highs and lows and stuff, or a bunch of vibrations or whatever, you know what I'm saying, clashing, okay? You don't want a bunch of your sounds clashing, right? You want that Killer Army sound? Okay, that's cool, but you can mix it right to get the Killer Army sound, right? You want that Dr. Dre sound? You can get it kind of right, you know what I'm saying? But that's another story. That's some professional stuff. Or you want that Premiere D&D studio sound? You can get that done, son. All right. Now, number one, off the top, if the pockets is tight, all right? Now, a lot of the big boys may disagree with this, but it can work. I know. I tried this one, okay? And the number one thing you want to use if you're just starting out, or you don't really know, or the pockets is tight, either one or all, is you can go to Audacity. Audacity is free. You can get work done. There are tons of videos on YouTube on how to master a song through Audacity. You can take your WAV file, you can take your MP3, drop it into Audacity, and 2 or 3 simple steps, you can master your sound, and you can put it out to the world on the Bandcamp, on the SoundCloud, on the Audio Mac, you know what I'm saying? On the DSPs, right? That's the number one cost-effective way, all right? Next, you can open a BandLab account or a Landar account, okay? Now, these things, I think they have free mastering tools, but if you have to pay the subscription, the $6, $7, $9, $11, $15 subscription to get that, it's good and it's worth it, son. All right? That's another way. If you want to go to the next step from Audacity, you go to Landar. You go to BandLab. All right? Or you can make, you know how BandLab is, you can make beats in BandLab and master it and put it straight out to the world straight from there, right? Next up, son, is the DSP itself. Now, TuneCore and Distrokid have mastering tools built in. It's a couple of extra dollars on top of your subscription, but you're going to pay the couple extra dollars for each song. Also, they have, I think it's a year, one-time fee where you can master all your stuff, okay, on Distrokid, right? Yes, they can do it there, and I've tried it, and it works well, all right? It really works well. You can go ahead, and they give you the preview of what it could sound like and what it does sound like, and that's, and you can get in between, pause, and make your decision, okay? But that's up to you, all right? Because first of all, even before doing any of these things I just mentioned, you want to make sure that even if you're using hardware, especially hardware, standalone gear, you want to make sure you mix it just good enough to your ears. Or if you got some really nice monitors in your crib, I know it's a lot of people making fun of KRK monitors and all that, but that's a whole nother video, okay? So you want to make sure that your levels are good from the start. And there are ways to do that. And there are other YouTube videos that can explain that, right? I want you to go get into the Google machine or go straight to the YouTube and type in best ways to master using hardware or standalone gear. And trust me, it's going to pop up. All right, so, son, let me tell you. Then there's a number one way to get your stuff mastered. All right, if you're up and coming, this is one of the best ways. It may cost you a couple of dollars or it may not. And that is through networking through individuals. That is all they do, is they are into mastering and making sure that songs sound right. Now, this may be the guy in the neighborhood that you heard of, right? He has actual mastering gear in his crib. He has been to a school where they learned mastering, right? He has been to one of these places where he has learned the trade of sound engineering and all of that. That is where the networking comes in. The networking comes in, and what I mean by networking, I mean, hey, man, you know, reaching out to people on social media, going to events where there are people playing beats or vocal night or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You want to meet up with people and network with people, and you'll find out who's the best mastering guy in town. Or you might find someone that's starting out just like you and that's getting into mastering, and they could bring you over to the studio and y'all can listen, or you can share files. Or maybe if you cross town and you met somebody on IG, you know what I'm saying? And DM them and say, hey, man, I'm just starting out. I need some stuff mastered. Okay? That's what you want to do. You want to build a relationship, and then that person can help you, or y'all can achieve a sound together, right? The same way Premier goes to D&D Studios. He achieves that sound not only through his sample selection and his drums and all that, but working at D&D Studios doing all of his music there. You know what I'm saying? I think he does about 90-something% of his music there, all right? 4 years and decades, right? So you want to make sure you build a relationship with someone that can help you master your stuff and get your sound to where you want it to be. Because sometimes not everybody mastering has the same air, or they might not be sonically where you want it to be. You see what I'm saying? And you may clash a little bit, right? I know you heard the story of why Jazzy Jeff wanted to start mastering his own things or do mastering his way, because he had a bad experience in the early days of Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff of going to somewhere, getting the song mastered. And these guys was used to mastering rock and roll records and grunge records and all that. And then all of a sudden, here comes a rap guy that wants a heavier bass sound, and they just totally ignored him, right? So you're networking and picking someone that has a good ear, that's your type of flavor, that will help you get along, son. All right? It's your man, Kirk Stay. Yo, it's that simple, son. I want you to put your stuff out, man. Like I said, your beats, once you start flooding the gates or whatever, you want your music to be everywhere, son. All right? You want your music to be like, yo, that's so-and-so's sound. But that's only if you are really at it. You know what I'm saying? And you will have your own sound through your beats, maybe through your artists, and the people that are mastering your music, right? Like with Dr. Dre, Chris the Glove Taylor, you can see him on IG. He was instrumental in helping Dre build that sound, right? I know he doesn't get a lot of credit, but check out Chris the Glove Taylor. He did a lot of things for Ice-T early on in his career. So, yo, I'm telling you, man, build a team, especially someone that can master, you know what I'm saying? And, yo, it will go further. It's your man's Let's Go. Peace. Make beats, not excuses.
Perk State, 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 Perk State.